welcome back to another video. Today we are tapping on some empty boxes once again. That's it. Just whispering throughout. This is just a box from my panel lights that I got from Temu was that a month or so ago? I don't remember when I got these. This is just the regular one. No RGB involved. This is the M60 model. If you're looking to upgrade your lighting situation, I definitely recommend these. The M160s, they're all over the place. Look for them, they're cheap, and the light, the illumination is great. Get them. Especially if you were like me, you were kind of panicking about the light situation, and you're like, oh, I need to get this one, I need to get that one. No, just get these cheap things because they work better than the big ass ones. That's this one right here. It's just not on. It's 5 o'clock in the morning, by the way. So naturally, I'm very pleased about this train. That's like seriously 5 o'clock in the morning, buddy. And they're really honking. They don't do that a whole lot. I'm not really sure why they're honking like that. Let's switch that. I like Kirby, but I'm not really feeling you for that. Not feeling you for that either. I'll leave both that though. I don't know. I like that. Not for you though. No. Soon. No. I do like that one. Let's keep you like that. Starry Night. Starry Night. Very happy with this purchase. Very happy with this one. I realized that there's actually a bigger version of this. So I've got this one, I believe, and no, I've got this one, and then there's this one, this really big one. In fact, you know what? I think there might be a third bigger one. Like, these things are already pretty big. Imagine having more they are. I only paid what, $70 for this, but that to me was pretty high, even though in the grand scheme of things it really wasn't, but for me it was. So it's like the bigger ones is probably like double that at the very least, right? So already it's out. It's out. It's out. Be throwing this box away. It was a bit of a nightmare trying to get. There was a little like label on here that they put on a sticker for some reason, and there's battle scars left behind. I don't know why they did that. But it's just like with the panel light. It's got the stickers on there too, you know what I mean? I didn't even bother taking it off of there, it didn't matter because the front and the back are pretty much identical, so. We have the M16 RGB version. That is this light right here. Major fan. Since the team haul, so they're obviously not being thrown away. I don't have a whole lot of logic as to why I'm not throwing these ones away, but I just feel like I might end up getting more lights at some point down the line. Actually, I do have one. I have another. I believe it's an M16 and M60 RGB coming because I want one there and I want one here instead of this regular one. And I was just like, you know, if I end up pitting some of these back, like I've showed you the square one. It's basically like half the size of this one. It's kind of broken and I don't really use. Well, I have that one put up because it M60 RGB. Like, so it's on right now, right? And I have it set for this, like, this blue tone, right? Well, it's plugged in, but like, let's say I let that thing charge overnight, and then I started making this video, it might last about 5-10 minutes in RGB mode, and then I'd have to charge it up. But when it needs to charge, it will not stay in RGB mode. It'll just turn off. So, like, even if I plug it in and I try to turn it back on, it won't turn back on. It'll wait a couple minutes for it to get a little bit of charge, then it'll turn on. But if I turn it on actual colors, it'll turn back off. And if I put it in a regular, like, white mode or like warm light, it's fine. But if it's any of the actual RGB colors, it will just turn off. Where am I going with this? I forget where I was going with this. But I like it because it's like, I like the illumination, but I like to have the illumination coming from both sides. But it's like, it'd be nice to, like, unless I forget to charge them. So, having like a backup would be great. But I won't have backups. Like I said, I have another one coming. But it's to be in this spot right here. This light you see right here, that's that other Temu light that I had. That was like a little, actually I can just show you. It's this thing right here. It's connected to my power bank. It's supposed to create like a little, sunlight effect. Ooh, that's really pretty. Like a sunlight effect type of deal. You'll see, like a sunset in the back. But I'm just kind of using it for like sort of a little bit of a mood, right? So I have you set right over here, babe. What would you think of that? Now, when I got that, I thought it was one of the different colors. This one only does the one color, but there's other ones that do, like, they're literally RGB. And I kind of want it, but this is very small and compact. However, because it connects directly to USB, it's not very practical, right? So I have to have it into this power bank, which I normally use this power bank for this light. But I've been switching around my setup just a bit, and so I don't. Oh, that actually does change things up quite a bit, because like these, because USB cords are not very long, are they? But the ones that I have are like crazy long. This one here, USB-C. Because look how high these tripods are, actually pretty high up, right? I don't remember where this one came from, but this one came with an Xbox controller, like not a controller, but the like battery pack. And so it's meant to be played while it's plugged in. And since you might have your Xbox like across the dang room, it's meant to be long, so that works. Where am I even going with this? I had a whole point. You guys know my ADHD, right? It's ADHD, so I'm all off track. I wish I could finish my thought process though, like built-in rechargeable battery, right? Yeah, so that light should be there within a week. Let's move on to the next box. We're back with our our bug zapper device. This will be getting thrown away. You've seen that Temu, you've seen that whole video recently. It was not supposed to drop when it dropped. Wait, is that right? Yeah, it was not supposed, it dropped literally like basically the same day as the video for, I think, this. Is that right? It should not have dropped that way. The way it was scheduled, but I messed up and I didn't schedule it right. It was supposed to pop off the day after, and I messed up and it came out basically the same day. I mean, it was midnight, but it messed up a whole lot of crap. I was very disappointed. So then accidentally uploaded earlier in the day. Or accidentally released 2 videos the day before or something like that. That's normally the reason why. So it's crazy. I just saw a big flaw in the house the other day. I'm like, where did you even come from? I thought we were done with the train. You're back. It's about with this train. This train does a thing where it goes over there and it just kind of lurks and then kind of goes back and forth. I'm like, what are you doing? Isn't box tapping just so pleasant? I wish I had just like a ton of different variety of boxes that I could tap on. Different sizes and shapes and densities and textures. Now, why is this here? Basically, I wanted a reason to have it in a video. I bought these like 2 months ago, so it took 2 months to eat this whole tub of cheese balls. And they weren't bad. I'm not the biggest fan of cheese balls, but I was craving them when I bought them. And then they just kind of sat around. But I'm going to repurpose this container. That's actually one of the reasons why I bought it. I bought some cheese balls, but at the very end of it all, I get a really cool container, a really big tub for show. So what we will be doing is cleaning it out, removing the sticker and the labels, and repurposing it some way. That one back there was also a cheese ball container, but now it holds candy. So you'll probably see this in a couple other videos as I'm working on it. So yeah. this year, I was over at my friend's house and my nephew, like, they had these over there, and he was sick as hell, basically. Snot nose, just, you know, he was sick, you know, and he was walking around with this tub of cheese balls, just going in and juicing it. And I remember he handed me the cheese, he was doing something, and he handed me to hold on to the cheese balls, and I was like, oh, and for 2 seconds I thought about grabbing one real quick, and I thought, and I looked at his hands, and I was like, wait a minute, that would just be, like, no one thought this through. No one thought it through, letting this kid walk around with this cheese ball tub, because now the whole thing is contaminated. So, it was a major no for me. I was like, no, I just have to get my own. So, oh, that's nice. It's already starting to peel over here. That should make my life much easier. When I was doing that, when it was so hard to get cleaned up. We're not gonna bother with it today. But yeah, is that everything? Is that all of our empties for today? I mean, it's gonna be. But yeah. Exposure to sunlight can reduce freshness. To my comment board here for a second. Okay. Well, that's it for our tapping on empties, boxes, and tub today. I will see you guys in the next video. Would you like to hear a particular type of trigger? You know, would you like me to try out a certain type of video? Leave your suggestions in the comments below. We are trying to, broaden our horizons. We're trying to expand a bit. We're trying to, explore, experiment. So, leave your suggestions. We used to get a lot more suggestions back in the day. And now it's really interesting. It's weird. As the channel's grown, we've gotten less suggestions. Is that normal? But lately they have been picking up a bit, so I do already have a couple videos planned. But let me know what kind of sounds you want me to try out. What kind of videos? And don't mention a public ASMR video because I don't know. That's already on the agenda. But it's been on the agenda for a year. So it smells like stale cheese. Like stale. But anyways, thank you for watching. And until I see you guys in the next video, take care of yourselves. Don't sweat the small stuff.